ladies and gentlemen, but mostly probably ladies, because gentlemen, this doesn't really apply to you. It's about the combined pill, the COH, the contraceptive pill. Essentially, what is the best pill? Wouldn't we all love to know? I unfortunately cannot tell you that, but I can guide you in the right direction given past experience and also the ingredients within the pills. So, life story. I started going on the pill. I first went on to Regevidon when I was 16 years old because I have quite heavy periods. I hated it. My acne went, my body went, and I felt sick all the time and headachy. It was awful. I came off it after about 3 months. The reason this pill is considered cheap and often handed out by doctors, because it's cheap, but it is not a good pill because it contains the progestin called levonorgestrel. I learnt a lot about this when I went to my gynecologist, who basically said levonorgestrel is a shitty progestin. You don't want it, it causes weight gain and acne. You don't want it in your pill. Anyway, some people may get on with Regevidon, some may not. Same with Microgynon, another well sort of handed out pill. But, you know, for me and for a lot of people I know, we didn't get on with it. So I then was switched to Yasmin, which really odd actually, because it's not prescribed by doctors very often. It's also bloody expensive to get your hands on because it's not prescribed very often. And I was put on that when I was about 16, 17. And I was loving life. It was brilliant. It cleared my skin up. I lost weight. It's not FDA approved to allow you to lose weight. However, a lot of research has been shown that it does actually help you to lose weight. Yasmin contains the progestin drospirenone. It contains 30 grams of estrogen, which is a low level, and the drospirenone is better than the levonorgestrel. However, it is one of the more risky progestins to be on. If you have past history of blood clots or blood pressure, or you smoke, it's not a good pill. The combination puts you at high risk factor for blood clots, for example, and a stroke, which don't mean to scare anyone who's on it, because I was terrified because I had really bad migraines, and you're always told not to go on the pill for migraines. But actually I got on with it really well for about 3 years. I then entered a long-term relationship and I decided that I didn't want to be taking a pill every day, and so I asked to have something more permanent, and they put the implant in my body. Worst decision of my life, worse than Regevidon. I went nuts. My mood swings were atrocious. My acne was worse than ever before. I didn't want to step outside. I gained 10 kilos in the space of 8 months. It was horrific. I couldn't lose the weight either. So going to my gynecologist, 3 gynecologists to get different opinions. They sort of had a little scan and they said, you've got polycystic ovaries. Now, ladies, if you have been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome or polycystic ovaries, do not go on the implant. I repeat, the implant does not produce estrogen. It basically flatlines your estrogen, and it contains levonorgestrel, the 2 worst things for your body. The success rate of the implant is pretty low. Again, some people may get on with it. I did not, and I know a lot of people who also didn't. The final thing I'm coming to, because a lot of people, so I was recommended the coil, and I chose not to go on the coil because I wanted to be able to control my periods, because I had such bad experience with implant. I was like, I want something which I can take again and control my periods. And so I went back on Yasmin. That was about this time last year. And my skin broke out for the first 3 months because my body was adjusting to the hormones. I hated it. It was a shit 3 months. However, it began to settle. And then I had lovely, wonderful, clear skin. It was brilliant, and I lost all my weight again. It was fantastic. Until about 6 months ago. I don't know why, but my body's decided now that whenever it takes Yasmin, it does not like it. My acne has gotten so bad recently, it flares up whenever I'm taking Yasmin and then settles down when I'm not on it, which doesn't make sense. I'm seeing the gynecologist to discuss why the hell that is. Either way, I've now gone back to the doctors and I've said this is the situation. And I've looked up combined pills specifically for acne. Now, the typical one that a doctor or a GP would suggest is which is Marvelon. Sorry, not Microgynon, Marvelon. That is specifically provided for acne sufferers. However, significant weight gain is a massive side effect, so I was like, nah, I don't want that. So I was having a little research of my own, and I found Orthotricycline, which is a US brand which contains the progestin, norgestimate, and the estrogen ethinyl estrol, as all the pills do. That has been FDA approved for helping acne as well. And I went to my GP and I said, can I have this? They were like, I've never heard of it. So that was a good start. And I looked up the ingredients and it did say norgestimate and ethinyl estrol, and she then suggested Celeste, also, well, now known as Silique because Celeste has been discontinued. Silique I have high hopes for. I haven't started it yet because I'm waiting to finish my pill pack. However, I will give an update, but I will right now, this second, based on scientific research and facts, which doesn't work for everyone, but based on the active ingredients which I've researched for this pill, it should be theoretically the best pill. Some people might not get on with it, some people might. Yeah. Reason being, it has a consistent level of estrogen. It's low estrogen, which is good in terms of reducing the chances for breast cancer in the future. However, if you've got polycystic ovaries, as I do, it might not help them, but it certainly won't make them worse. But it also contains norgestimate, which is essentially, I would say, the best progestin you can have, because progesterol in itself is not great for your skin, to be honest. Certain ones are worse than others, but this one is supposedly the best one that you can get away with. And it's norgestimate is actually FDA approved for improving acne. So, putting the two together, this should be the best pill. We'll find out in 3 months' time whether it does its job. Because the side effects, don't read the side effects on the leaflet that you're given, because it's not worth it, because people react differently. If you want to know the real sort of true side effects of the pills that you're taking specifically, look at the active ingredient side effects. The active ingredient side effects for this pill, Silique, is low libido. Nausea is reduced, so is the anti-androgenic effect, which is what causes the flare-ups in skin. So is diarrhea, vomiting, all of that, which is suggested. The only thing it might cause is headaches, so I'm going to see how I get on with those. But that is my recommendation for now. I will put up a post in a few months' time and see how I've got on with Silique, and then we'll reevaluate the situation. But if you're wanting a desperate approach and one of you want to desperately change your pill now, that is the one I would recommend, specifically for acne sufferers.